Welcome here today, ladies and gentlemen, to the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500 breakdown predictions video. I'm going to give you guys my analysis, fantasy-wise, guys who you should stay away from, perhaps in your fantasy lineup, possible dark horse picks and must-haves in everybody's lineup. So first and foremost, you're going to start off today with the drivers that you should not put in your lineup. This guy might be a given anyway, based off of his recent performance since coming back from the COVID-19 break. Ryan Newman. Newman has not had his fair share of great runs over the last 5 races at least, which is all the data I had looked at going back to set my lineup for today. Ryan Newman has an 11th place finish, a 15th place finish, and nothing better than that. The other 3 races, 2 of which he finished outside the top 20, and then I believe an 18th was his other finish. So Ryan Newman just doesn't have the success. I know he's more of he's not a solid, contender week in and week out, but I know you get later into the season, you might need drivers that you haven't used much during the course of the year. I just wouldn't use Ryan Newman. Another driver that I would probably stay away from, again, would probably be Alex Bowman and Byron. Again, they're just not showing improvement. I had them on last week's stay away from list last Sunday at Kentucky, and they proved to be the case. Neither one of them had a finish inside the top 10. And although at one point in time they might have been running there, they just didn't get the finishes nor the stage points they deserved. Their track record here, Byron has 1 top 10 of his 4 starts at Texas. That's about it. And Alex Bowman does not finish in the top 10 in any of the last 4 races at Texas, which included, obviously, with him running in the 88 car. So I would stay away from both of those guys as well. Now into the dark horse picks. I like Aric Almirola as a dark horse pick. He's been on a hot streak. Let me tell you guys this. He's finished in the top 10 in the last 6 races, top 5 in 5 of those races. Also in the All-Star Open, if you want to take that into consideration, he won the first stage of the Open race and made his way into the All-Star race and had a decent run there as well. You also look at the fact his track record here at Texas Motor Speedway. In the last 5 races, he's got 4 top 10s, which includes 2 top 5s. So a runner-up finish last year in the fall Texas race. So I would highly recommend Aric Almirola as a dark horse pick, and he'll likely be in my lineup for later today. Your must-haves are going to be 2 drivers you're going to look at here. You can maybe consider 3, but I'm going to make it 2 for sure. These are guys that you should have in your lineup no matter what. Number 1 is Kevin Harvick. Harvick's won 3 of the last 5 races. He's the hottest driver this season. Definitely the championship favorite up to this point. He has been the most consistent all year. He's got all but 3 top 10 finishes throughout the course of this season. We're more than halfway through the regular season. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. The 3 wins, and he has not finished outside the top 10 in the last 5 races. Again, that is the data I have looked at. Recent success. I did not look back any further than the last 5 races. But yeah, Kevin Harvick, great runs so far this year. Texas is one of his better tracks. And again, 3 wins in the last 5 races. Now, all 3 of those wins were in the fall race and not the first regular season race, but he still has top 10 finishes, including a 3rd place finish in one of those 2 spring races. So I would highly consider Kevin Harvick in everybody's lineup. I only got 1 usage of him left, but it'd be foolish of me not to use him today. So that is pretty much that. Joey Logano is another must-have on everybody's lineup, in my opinion. He's got 4 top 10s in the last 5 races here at Texas, including 3 top 5s. He has a runner-up finish at the racetrack. I might have considered Denny Hamlin as a possible threat, but he's only got 2 top 10s here in the last 5 races, even though he did win the spring race here at Texas last year with the same package. But I would probably lean more towards Joey Logano because of that more recent success. He's been on a little bit of a slide, but he's still in the top 5 in the point standings. He's getting a lot of stage points the last few weeks still. Just not getting the race finishes. So let's hop in and see who I have in my lineup. All right, guys, let's take a look at who I have in my fantasy lineup for today's race. There you see the rank. Slipped back a couple thousand after last week, but not bad. It just wasn't great to pick up spots, but hopefully we get back on that track this week. I think I should have a pretty solid team in doing so. So first off, we're going to put those dark horses that I had, or the dark horse that I had. He's also on the poll for today, Eric Almirola. So we're going to put him in over Martin Truex Jr. We're going to take both the Busch brothers out this week and put both the must-haves in there. Joey Logano, who I've only used 3 times this year, in fact, and Kevin Harvick, who I will use for the final time this year, unless he gets in an accident somehow, some way in the first 2 stages, and I can put him in the garage, but I don't expect that to happen necessarily, but anything can happen. Okay, so now we look at Eric Jones. We're going to take Eric Jones out of the lineup. He probably isn't the most confident pick there. I would stay away from Kyle Busch for the most part. He can still score a lot of points, but he's not going to be a contender for the win, so I wouldn't really put him for any of your bonus points at least. Looking at drivers that might have had recent success here, or at least a lot of it. Looking down the list here just to make sure. I think I'm going to stick with both rookies, Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick, just to be safe. That plan worked out, not to his full potential last week because Cole Custer actually got the win instead. But I think Reddick and Bell can compete for a top 10. They can get some stage points along the way. Especially Reddick, he'll be fighting for stage points the rest of the season because he's right on the bubble of the playoffs. Bell might be looking more for a win, much like Custer had last week. Playing that kind of strategy, but even Custer scored a lot of points with that kind of strategy and getting the win as well. So maybe look for that towards Christopher Bell. So I'm going to keep both those 2 in the lineup, but I am going to take Eric Jones out. Now I'm debating on putting in Ryan Blaney or Denny Hamlin, but I'm going to stay away from Hamlin. I only have 2 more usages left of him. I got a little more for Ryan Blaney. He's been great on the mile and a half this year, has the best average finish on mile and a halves this season. And he scored a lot of stage points along the way. I think he's probably the safest pick. Still have a few more usages after this race for him. I believe there's only 7 races left in the regular season, so we're going to take Ryan Blaney, put him in for Eric Jones, keeping Reddick and Bell in the lineup. So now my stage winner picks and my pick to win the race. I think you have to play it safe here. And I'm going to take Kevin Harvick to win each stage in the race, so that way I can get as many bonus points as I can in case he wins the race or the stage. I think he's got to be the heavy favorite. Almost any track you go into this season, especially when he's had a lot of success at the racetrack. He's got a decent starting spot, starting in 5th. So we're going to play it safe this week and take Kevin Harvick to win at Texas, meaning Ford will go to victory lane once again this season. So that is going to do it here for this episode of a predictions video. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed this. Hit the comment in the comment section your picks to win here at Texas later today, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Be back for a post-race analysis later, as well as our own Texas NASCAR Heat 5 full race live stream later on this afternoon. Hope to see you at the time, and I'll catch you next time.